Hey, Mystic Michaela, spiritual family. Welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela today. Live life like a blue aura. If you don't know by now, we've been doing this little series over here on our Know Your Aura podcast where we talk about the life hacks, life advice, and life inspiration from each aura color. So on episode 309, we did Live Life Like a Purple. And episode 315, we did Live Life Like a Yellow Aura. But today, we are talking about how to live life like a blue aura. But first, hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
All right, so very excited to talk about the blues.
Yes.
Because I feel like blues in our 3D society, so that's our ego-driven, physical world where we have all these systems set up and it's just a lot. Blue auras always get taken for granted. They get seen as their gifts of giving and empathy are often just kind of like, whatever, like not special. So I notice right off the bat, just getting hot into the blues, I notice the blue auras often don't feel special. Like, well, I don't really have anything to give, or I'm not special, or I don't stand out. But the fact that you're such a helper, that you're such a giver, that you're such a facilitator is your gift, is why you stand out.
Okay. And you're looking at this just from the purely blue standpoint.
Yes.
So if you do have another color, like I'm blue, but I have the red that balances it. So it changes it up a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not like, I guess it's blue, but it's not like pure blue. I don't know how to explain that.
I know what you mean. You're an aura combo. So you're saying that depending on what your other energy color is, because most of us have two,
right?
Some of us have three aura colors, energy colors. It can kind of flavor the blue. It can kind of add a little seasoning to your blue.
To your blue.
Yeah.
or like shape with the blue.
It can shape the blue.
Shape the blue.
Yeah, it totally can. The combos are a whole thing. And today we're also not talking about indigos.
Right.
We're talking about blues. So this is just an episode for you, blues.
Yes. And I want to, because right now there's a lot of nervous turquoises.
Yes.
We are going to do one on turquoise.
We are.
Okay. Hold us to that.
Yes.
We're not going to forget about you.
And the blue to goes are like, what about me? I'm blue to go.
Oh, yeah.
You're just going to have to listen to this one. And then when we eventually one day do indigo and merge them. Okay. But today's just blue.
Okay. So overall, let's just take just pure blue. What does it like to be a pure blue overall?
Blues, and you've heard me say this before, but just to quickly review, blues are healers, helpers, naturally empathic, naturally compassionate. They just automatically see a need and move to fill it. They don't even think. They just do this. I often say with blue auras that their payment from the world is feeling God's light in others, meaning when you give somebody some sort of validation, like I see you, I hear you, I'm here for you, I notice you as a person, an individual, I validate you. You kind of feel God's light in them, their self-worth glow, that feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm connected, I'm loved. And you feel that in them, and you know that you helped facilitate it, so that's your payment, like feeling that you made sure they know that they are special and worth something with your time and energy. I notice that a lot with blues. That's why a lot of time blues are called to do service work or God's work or that type of healing work. They're usually in roles where, they are helpers, healers, light workers.
Okay. All right. So now let's get a little more specific.
Yeah.
All right. So what about blues when they're in a relationship?
So blue or a relationship, like they're very good communicators. The problem with blues is they can get victimized very quickly. So, and it happened. Oh, Scotty,
oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, that's when the red, I guess my red would come down.
Yeah.
And then the blue goes up.
Yeah.
And then the victimization goes up a little.
Yeah. You have to pay attention to this. It's a very normal blue aura thing. Okay. Like if you're blue or bluish, even though I said I wouldn't talk about it, it's very normal to feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm always thinking of everybody and they didn't think of me like that. Like that's very, very normal because you go so above and beyond that every once in a while it hits you and you're like, wow, and everyone's not as nice as I am, which is true. They're not. But you expect them to be, which is, I guess, not what you're supposed to do. So you can feel a little victimized a little bit. You can also sometimes feel victimized if you feel like you're left behind. or somebody's not, giving you love or attention in the way that you feel you need it right now. You can get a little needy for it sometimes when you're blue, if you feel like you give, and you'd like to kind of just receive back that same gift, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You got to work on the victimizing thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get that way
no?
often.
Oh.
Do I? Maybe I do.
Like the kids complain about it with you. Because, we talked about this earlier, but
that's the blue is where they always get me, so
Like,
I have the red at first, like the first wave, like if you're coming at me, the first wave you're going to get, I do try to work on this, but you're going to get the red.
Yeah.
So the red's going to hit you.
You're like, no.
And then,
my ideas only.
If you just hold on, if you just stick with it, then the blue's going to start the red's going to crack.
Right.
The red's going to crack, and the blue's going to go through.
And you feel bad.
Yeah, and then you're going to get everything you want.
Right.
And I'm going to do everything for you.
Well, right. That's how it works with you.
That's how it works with me.
Right. I think.
Yeah, because I told the story, I think, once with the old lady that almost killed me in the car. I don't know if I remember.
No, you did. You did.
But my first reaction was I wanted to.
Well, you have to tell the story.
I forgot. It was just basically know that some old lady almost killed me in a car.
You were driving.
I was driving, and she cut me off and just almost killed me. Okay,
in the most horrible way. You're not even exaggerating. Yeah. She almost killed you.
Yeah, and it would be totally her fault, and I did nothing wrong. And so my first reaction was, I'm going to let this lady have it. Just go. But then what happens is that once that gets past that, and I get that out, a little bit, all right, what are you doing?
What'd you do, road rage up next to her? What'd you do?
What are you doing? I think I said, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then and then all of a sudden I'm escorting her to her destination.
She's like, where's the doctor's appointment?
Yeah.
And you're
she needs to get her to her doctor's. Yeah. And then from there, the red subsides, and then all the blue comes out, and I'm like, I'm going to help you get to there.
And I noticed that a lot.
You almost killed me.
But I noticed that a lot with all sorts of blues. Even if you're purple blue, you might start off feisty with the purple, but then the blue prevails. Or if you're yellow blue, you might start off a little bit organized or a little kind of obsessive or controlling with the yellow, but then the blue prevails, and then you're like, oh, whatever, let me just do it for you. Like that. So blue is a really strong energy. If you have blue in your aura, it actually controls you so much more than your other aura color. I'm just telling you right now. Because and this is taking it to an extreme, but when I see really imbalanced blues, it's all because of the blue. A lot of, let's talk about imbalanced blues in power, for example. So the people who are in power are running things, and you are like, what is wrong with this man? Like that. And a lot of times it's their blue is so shoved under and so ignored that it comes out as, well, I need everybody to think I'm great, or I need everybody to care about me, or I need everybody to give me accolades, because when the blue isn't paid attention to, or it's not seen or worked on, or you don't know these things about yourself, it can become infanticized in a way. And it becomes a very 2-year-old baby version of it, but in big boy or big girl positions. And then it can cause, I only have empathy for myself now. Like that. It's all about me, or I'm so victimized that I can do whatever I want, like that. So that's where it can get really twisted. Now, of course, I don't see that in the MMSF ever.
Right.
This is just if it gets out of whack.
Right. Okay. All right. What else in relationships do you find?
All right. Well, in relationships, I think they love to feed you. I think blue auras love to feed you. We're doing a workshop right now, for example. And there's so many, we were talking about career as one aspect in our aura workshop. What's my aura part 3? And so many blue auras, food service industry, love to feed, and they love their job feeding people, and they love knowing the regulars orders and stuff like that. Food is validation, it's giving validation. They love to, fix other people. They sometimes blues can choose people who need nurturing, and then that's fine unless the person doesn't want to get better. They just want to continue to get fixed. Okay. So blue auras can get stuck in relationships sometimes that just drain them dry because the person doesn't want to get better. They just, like you did, keep fixing them over and over and over again. And they can give more than they receive. That I think that's normal with a blue. And blues don't need everything they give you back, but they need something back. They need to at least be seen once in a while. A little goes a long way with a blue.
So like if they feed you a meal, they need you to kind of tell them, I loved it.
Oh my God, that
was great.
Yeah.
I feel so full.
Yeah, like this was great. Can you make this again? This was so good. That's all they needed. Yeah. That's all they needed. If you're like silent, that hurt. It's like, come on, like just throw them like a bone there. Yeah.
Okay.
It goes so far with a blue aura.
Yeah.
If a genie gave me 3 wishes, you know what my wishes would be? I would use each wish for each of my 3 cats to live forever. Dusty, Binks, and Cleo. But since genies don't exist, as far as I know, I feed my cat Smalls. Smalls is fresh, human-grade cat food that does so much more than just feed your cat. It helps them live a full, healthy life. Most cat food out there is made with meat byproducts or cheap fillers, artificial ingredients, basically stuff that isn't great for your cat. Big pet food does this because it's cheaper to make. But what they save on cost, your cat pays for with their health. Smalls is different. Their fresh recipes are made with at least 80% animal protein, and they're gently cooked to retain all their nutrients and flavors. They never add fillers or artificial ingredients, and their food is so healthy that 88% of cat parents say that after feeding Smalls, their cats have better digestion, a softer and shinier coat, and more energy to play because it's good for cats. And I can attest to that with my 3 kitties, Binks, Dusty, and Cleo. They are more frisky. They ask for their Smalls every day. They meow by the fridge because that's where I keep it. And they don't throw up like they used to. Their litter doesn't smell the way it used to. All of that. Your cat's health and longevity starts with what they eat. Try Smalls and get 60% off your cat's first order plus free shipping and free treats for life when you go to smalls.com/KYA. One last time, that's 60% off your first order plus free shipping and free treats for life when you head to smalls.com/KYA.
All right, let's go to another topic. What about blues and their work life?
Blue auras, they do best in jobs, again, where they can kind of fill gaps or, be helpers, where they can make people feel seen and validated. That's why I always see them as healthcare workers, teachers, therapists, but then like anywhere where they can kind of just be helpful. So they're great in customer service. Like they can pretty much work anywhere if they feel like they are being utilized, and the best scenario is if they feel gratitude for their work. So somebody's saying like, oh my gosh, thanks, you made my day, or they at least feel like they're helping. Like they could work with animals really well because they know that them being there, the animals always give back. Or kids, they work really good with kids, or the elderly, they work really good with. They don't need to have a gold star given to them and a pat on the back. And they definitely don't need a walk across the stage and they should get that, but they don't need that. They just need to know that what they are doing is making a difference and it's seen and appreciated and it's being paid forward. That's a big thing for work and blues.
All right. What now? This next one I'm going to ask you about.
Yeah.
Maybe this will tie maybe into the work life.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like blues, how do they make themselves like heal or feel better about themselves? Like blues, I think, could take a lot. Like, teachers.
Yeah.
They take a lot of crap.
Oh, yeah.
Nurses.
Oh, my God.
They don't get treated well.
No.
And like I said, teachers, too. They don't get treated well. So a lot of these blue jobs, customer service, get treated real bad.
Yeah.
So I think blues can really kind of take it and take it and take it. And like you said, if they know that they're helping, maybe, like let's say a nurse, they know they're helping the patient, but yet they're getting treated poorly by the hospital.
Right.
They might still do it.
Yes.
But then there's got to be a breaking point or something where they need to kind of recharge or heal themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're human too.
Yeah.
At some point you're going to break.
Yeah.
So what do blues do to make them feel better about themselves or heal?
Yeah.
Or maybe to be able to withstand some of these things at work or.
Blues take a long time to reach burnout.
Yeah.
A real long time. And then they can kind of even stay in burnout for a really long time. So it takes them longer to reach burnout than other aura colors. They actually exist within burnout longer than other aura colors because they will borrow reasons to stay. Well, I'm a good person. I have to stay a good person, or I have to make money for my family, or I have to keep doing this. Nobody else will. Or, they'll borrow, I'm working with my patients, I'm just going to borrow all that. I'm going to ignore all the mistreatment I'm getting. And I'm just going to borrow the good things I'm giving to them and how they feel after. Like, I'll borrow their afterglow that I provide for them, like in order to stay in it. But the longer they do it, and we'll talk about this next, like the sicker you can get. But you know that because you stayed in teaching a really long time, and a lot of it, and you were burned out. Like, you were totally existing in burnout. You're existing in burnout, but you were taking it from, I'm here for the kids. I have to be here for the kids. I can't abandon these kids mid-year. I'm going to stay. That was a big thing.
That was my whole thing all the time.
Yeah, you just were borrowing it from them.
Yeah, because it was based on like the administration.
Yes.
I would have been out of there in 2 seconds.
Right.
The worst days in teaching, and teachers are all going to jump up and down and say, yes, Scotty, yes, are the staff development days.
That's true.
They were brutal. And all I ever did on those days was try to find a way to sneak out, hide somewhere. But when you're actually in the room with the kids.
Yes.
And, you're teaching your thing and doing your thing, that was okay.
That's what you were taken from that energy source. Yeah. So I see the blues do that. So how do they heal? How do they get better? How do they need alone time? Like, they need time, like, okay, I have energy left over. What can I do for me? I noticed that blues love to read. They love to read. They love to nurture their people and animals in their life. So taking care of their kids or their partners or their friends. That's how they actually recharge, by still giving, but to places where they actually 100% get back, like kids, partner, in good scenarios, friends, animals. Tradition is a big thing for blues. Like, okay, do the cookie exchange every year, or, we have book club, or, once a year we have a girls trip or whatever. Tradition's like a big deal for blues, and they really recharge by making sure, like, okay, I have community, I have connection. Okay. What else? They like indigos. They do like to nap or recharge kind of like by themselves. I think that's a good way to do it too. But it's hard, I think it's hard for them because they do reach burnout, and then they know how, and then they exist in it, and then they can get like numb. And then they forget what it even feels like to feel anything. They're so oversaturated. Mm-hmm. And that's when the health stuff.
Okay, so what about health issues for blues?
So obviously I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose. Medicine's real. This is not a medical podcast. Okay, all that. But patterns I notice with blue auras is throat chakra stuff. Like the unsaid, so like throat pain, ear pain, tooth pain. I mean, all of the empath colors are going to be like, that's me too. Like, so turquoises, purples, and indigos are like, yeah. Like, yeah. But like blues, autoimmune stuff. What else? Migraines. Oh my God. Blues and your migraines. Blue aura migraines, like constant. They're like, oh, I have a migraine. Like constantly. Like laryngitis, like losing the voice. Is that a lot of throat chakra stuff, and then autoimmune stuff, thyroid stuff. Like a lot of that seems to happen when, like, inflammation, like when they're just living in burnout and they can't really, their body starts just like compensating for it and taking it in and holding it for them. Okay. So I see like the health stuff.
Does that happen more when they don't have a logic color? Like the other color is?
No, actually I would say if you are a double empath color, you're going to realize it quicker.
Okay.
If you have a logic color, you might like ignore it.
Okay.
So it's, how do I put this? I see it in everybody. I think like if you have a double empath color, like if you're purple blue or you're turquoise blue or indigo blue or something, like that one is easier for somebody to be like, hey, you ever think your health conditions are related to your burnout? And they're like, yeah. And they immediately get it. But if you tell a yellow blue that, they're like, no, I'm fine. That makes no sense. Like that, not our yellow blues, obviously in MMSF, but like outside in the world, because the yellow, ego hijacked yellow will be like, that's not real, like that. So it can be easier for you to hide it from yourself. How about that? It's way easier for you to hide it from yourself if you have a logic color.
Okay. And the other, I know you're not a doctor.
Nope.
Nowhere near a doctor. But with the health issues things, like that doesn't seem to fit me with the blue. I think I tend to have more like the red health issues.
Yeah, you're more red health issue guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Does the dominant, like the blood pressure, that seems like a red one to me, right? You know, keeping that blood pressure.
But you have the mental health issues of the.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're really talking here.
Oh boy.
Like, as you get depressed, you know, not in a while, but like you get like really kind of like, or if there's an injustice happen, and then it like sidewinds, it gets like, it circumnavigates the blue somehow. Like, oh my God, like Scott is man, he took this hard. Like, that's kind of like you'll sit there and there's like a dark blue cloud around you and you're like, the world shouldn't work this way, but it does. And the rest of us are like, yeah, it works. Okay.
Yeah. I've been having a few of those.
You've been having those. And that's like kind of like, the mental, and I'm not a mental health professional either, but like blue auras do tend to get the blues.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's nothing to do with me. This is about like justice for.
Well, your red aura and you're right. And I'm not arguing with you. Like what you feel is correct and what you see is real, and I validate that. But the depth in which you feel it gets kind of like vacuum sealed by your red aura. So your red aura gives you like the logic that like, no, I'll tell you, I'll give you 8 reasons why this is completely actually extra worse than you think it is. Like that kind of thing. Yeah. And then your blue aura listens like, like that. And, you know, I think we all live in a world with our own filter going on, you know? So it's like some people can take a look at something that's an injustice and not get as worked up over it as like other people.
True.
And that can be really frustrating too when you feel things so deeply.
Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
When your blue's turned up, it's harder to ignore things too.
Yeah. All right. I guess my blue's working overtime.
Yeah, if you ignore your blue, it's kind of like if you don't think your blue aura rules you, actually it rules you the most.
No, it does. And then what happens is it'll come out as red, like it'll lead the red to be. And then once I've done the red part, I go back to like, oh, well, you know, I just shouldn't have done that. It's like I could,
I know what you mean.
The blue leads that red.
Well, then
once that red gets out, then it goes back to the blue.
I know. Well, all the people I read, like on my Substack, I'll read kind of more of the, I guess like, what would be the word for it? Like the more controversial people in our world, right? Mm-hmm. And all the problems lead back to their blue. Like that's like every single problem. It's like, what the hell happened to you in your childhood that nobody validated or hugged you or loved you or heard you or listened to you? Like what happened? Yeah. You know, because I think like, and now we're talking about blue kids, you know, for example, like parenting a blue kid, a lot of it is, how do you feel? Let's talk about that. Let's get it out. Like, let's not dismiss it. Let's make sure we're paying attention to it. Otherwise, it'll come out in other ways, you know, like that. So
yeah, and I would say a large percentage of people have blue in their aura.
Yeah,
right? It's one of the more common. It's not an uncommon color.
No,
so a lot of people do have.
Yes,
and I would say in the Mystic Michaela spiritual family, at least half have blue or indigo.
I would say most people have a blue aura.
Blue or indigo.
Yeah, that's a very common one.
Yeah, it's common, right? All right. Well, what about working out? Blues and working out.
Oh, and I have to bring this up. Yeah, the workouts. Yeah. Because like I love you guys, okay? I love blue auras. You're not a CrossFit person. It's okay. You know?
Yeah.
It does probably depend what other color you have. Like I would say like a yellow blue might go to Pilates class or something. Or a red blue actually might go to CrossFit or weightlifter.
Yeah. Like I like
your red blue. Like you love to work out.
Yeah, I like the weight. I like weight challenge. Like I do weights. That's
like that's what you like, but that's like kind of red.
More red. Yeah.
That's red.
Right.
But I also think that the blue part of you loves that you have like a community at the gym, you know, you get to see all the same people. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
So blues, my point is blues need community. Like I notice yellow blues love a group class. Like blue auras in general, if you don't know how to start a workout, go to a group class. Like one that's chill and calm. Like we go to the YMCA. We love the YMCA. It's just a very normal place. But like go to a group class that's like when you walk in, stand in the middle of the room so you know you're not going to walk out. You know, in the middle of it and stay there, you know, and then what happens is you'll make friends because you're blue. And then you're like, well, I have to go on Tuesdays because they're all waiting for me or they're expecting me. Now, as a purple, that doesn't work for me because the second I feel like I'm expected to do something, all of a sudden, like, I can't do that anymore. So purple, that doesn't work for me. But like for blues, that does work for you, you know, or let's say I'm walking. Well, it's easy. I'm going to start walking for my workouts because you can't kill yourself with it when you're a blue. You really got to calm down, calm down your idea of fitness. All right. Like you're good. You know? So it's kind of like, well, I'm going to start walking. Okay. Don't do it alone. Take the dog, now the dog looks at you and it's like, hey, like I want to go out, and then you're going to do it for the dog or you're going to do it with your neighbor who also wants to start walking. Like, I can't let Susan down,
so
that.
Basically what you're saying is like, let's say you're going to do tennis and it's doubles.
Right.
So there's 4 of you and you don't want to play tennis that day. There'd only be 3 and you can't do doubles with 3.
Yeah.
So if you're a blue, you might just push yourself to go.
Yeah.
Because otherwise then the other 3.
You can't let your friend down.
You can't let the 3 of them down.
Unless the other ones are blue too.
Right.
And you guys are all like, let's skip tennis and just do brunch. And everyone's like, yeah.
All right. Well, that makes sense. All right. Let's take a quick break. We have stories.
Yes.
We have a lot of, like we just said, we have a lot of blues in the Mystic Michaela spiritual family. You created a thread. They gave us life advice. They gave us hacks for being a blue. Let's talk about that next.
My 3 cats, they are the rulers of the household, okay? The litter box is their little castle. But you know what the worst thing about having a cat is? And then, this isn't something I advertise because I'm very pro-cat. But honestly, the litter smells. No matter how clean you keep it, the litter smells. Well, guess what? This podcast is sponsored by Boxy. And Boxy is the last cat litter you'll switch to. And their Boxy Pro Deep Clean is the best cat litter money can buy. The Pro in Boxy Pro stands for probiotics, which Boxy puts right in the litter that gobble up odor-causing bacteria and keeps the box continuously odor-free. Yes, continuously. Not for 10 days or 20 days. Infinite days of continual odor freeness. And your cat won't smell anything either, as in no fake scents, which gives them one less reason to avoid the box. And for a limited time, you'll get 30% off your first order plus free shipping when you head to boxycat.com/KYA and use code KYA. Let me tell you, because Boxy sent me the Boxy Pro Deep Clean, and oh my gosh, it doesn't smell. I mean, I am literally, I don't know how else to say this to you guys. It doesn't stink anymore. And all I do is add, you just add litter to it. You don't have to take it all out, scrub the box, the whole thing. No, you just add the litter to it like you would anyways. And that's it. It doesn't smell. This is the only litter I'll ever use again. Okay, I had no idea. And Boxy holds themselves to a higher standard with 100% U.S. sourced clay and thoughtful ingredients with no additives or fillers. So if you're tired of switching litters for the one, get 30% off your Boxy order at boxiecat.com/KYA and use code KYA. That's boxycat.com/KYA, and make sure you use my code KYA so they know I sent you. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. All right, so we're going to go through some of these life hacks, advice that the Blues gave on the Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family page. You can go there for yourself. Check out the whole thread. All of them were fantastic.
Yes.
I picked the short ones because, as you know by now, I have trouble reading these.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's terribly sad. Here's all blue. There's my blue coming out.
Oh.
I am not good at reading these. All right. Melissa writes, honestly.
You can read.
I can read. Yes.
I don't want it to be like a Leah Michele. You ever know that? Leah Michele?
No.
She's like this actress from Glee.
Okay.
And there was this is totally off topic. It's just, I know you'll find this really funny. There was this urban myth going around, this conspiracy theory, really, that she couldn't read.
Okay.
And it got so out of hand. People were like, she can't read,
right.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then she was on some podcast and they gave her a piece of paper and be like, can you read that? And she's like, I can read. So it's you can read.
Yeah. No, I can read.
Some people can't read.
It's hard for me to read
out
loud. Yeah. It's hard for me to read out loud.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Honestly, my most favorite thing about being a blue is that when my friends come to me for advice, I don't know why, but I feel like I always know what to say intuitively. And this is why I like this part. My husband even says that I need to start charging them by the hour.
He's
Because this could also be mentally taxing, which is true. That's why boundaries are super important to have as a blue. So obviously you have a red or a green husband who is going to try to profit off your blue.
I think it's more like a friend calls and then she's like, oh, hi. Hey, Julia. And then she like goes into the other room and she's like, yeah. And her husband's like, oh, gosh.
Yeah. And like
here we go again.
Yeah. And he's waiting, you know, and he's waiting and the time's ticking by and she's still talking to the friend. It's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and now it's an hour. And the husband had plans to watch, I don't know, a climbing show or something. And I get that. Okay.
That's funny.
But she obviously likes it, that she enjoys it. She always and she knows what to say intuitively.
I love that. They're very lucky friends she has. But she's right. You have to. So you don't always have to pick up the phone. You don't always have to answer the text. That's for sure.
Correct.
Okay. Steph S. gives us 3 pieces of advice. When someone asks you for something or to do something, an acceptable response is, can I think about it? Can I let you know? Do not get trapped by agreeing right away.
Okay.
This has changed my life. And then she said it's also easier to say no over text. Okay. Number 2. You can be
So you're saying don't have something ready to go in that moment that's going to make it like, we'll see.
Yes.
And you're not committing.
Yeah. Okay. Like, let me think about that. Let me get back to you.
Right.
Like, never say yes right away.
Let me check my calendar. That's good. I love that.
Okay, yeah. Yep. Number 2, you can be the best friend you want to be to yourself. So often I would show up for people in ways that would disrupt my life. I would push my feelings and needs away to keep them safe, happy, healthy, etc. When I struggled, I felt like people wouldn't do the same for me. My life got 1,000 times more beautiful when I recognized I could also, actually must also, give myself the love I gave others. All right, so that's good. And then number 3, don't say sorry so much.
Okay.
Which is so good. I've been trying to tell the kids that. Say excuse me instead of sorry. Like, when you bump into someone, be like, excuse me. Or when you're walking by someone, excuse me. You don't have to say sorry.
Okay.
For taking up space. All right, what do you got?
All right, I have Ernestine writes, never change the love you give or your moral compass based on others. The universe always knows. Karma. I love that one.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, that's really
don't change your behavior because of other people and their behavior. Like, don't let your behavior be done. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and she's saying, like, if you do that, karma's, I get that. I love that.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if this is a blue aura or just Taurus. What month is?
I don't do astrology.
Okay. Coded, but food. Food is a hobby, and it's appropriate at all stages / events. But be wary of emotional eating.
Oh, okay.
So food, yeah.
Well, blues love food.
They love food.
Yeah.
Like you said, they love to cook
they love
for
to
people,
feed
people.
They
Yeah, and all stages. You said all stages, so that's why I like that one. And just be careful of emotional eating.
I get that. Yeah. Okay. It's an easy thing to turn to when you're feeling like it's a bad day. I understand that. Okay, Cassandra wrote, the golden rule, do for others what you would like for them to do for you. Would I love a meal brought to my house after losing a loved one, having a baby, moving surgery, etc.? Yes. Would I love my gift thoughtfully wrapped? Yes. Would I love a just thinking about you text? Yes. Would I love for someone to always greet me with, hey, beautiful? Yes. The more love you give out, the more love you get back. And I think just the one that you read and the one that I just read, I think this is like an interesting blue one. Where you give it isn't exactly where you'll get it.
Right.
Like you could give, because you're really just giving to the universe.
Right. Right. And that's what the one before was saying.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how they're linked. Like you're giving to the universe, and where you give it, like if you're giving it to one person, that person might not be the person you get it back from, but you'll get it back from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. All right, what do you got?
All right. I love this one.
Okay.
Helen writes, you are never going to regret staying home with your dog.
That's so true.
Or cat.
That's so true.
I mean, that's like perfect, right?
It's true.
Will you ever, I'm trying to think, is there a scenario where you might regret that?
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, a little bit. Think about it.
Well,
all your friends go out. You're like, I'm not going out and staying home with the cat.
Okay. Do you regret that?
But then they, I don't know.
Like,
meet Kevin Costner.
Okay.
Would you regret that? Would you be like, man, I love Kevin Costner?
I mean, it depends. Did you have a nice time with the dog?
You did, but it's Kevin Costner, and you missed that.
Okay, you missed that. All right. Maybe. I don't know. I still like it.
Yeah. But they had to eat at like a restaurant where you had to sit next to people, like really close.
Oh, yeah.
Was it worth it?
No. Then I'd rather stay home with the cat or the dog.
Okay.
But I think with this one,
right?
Maybe it's not never.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like 90% of the time.
Most likely, statistically,
stay home with the dog. Yeah. You're better off.
You're better off that way. Okay.
All right.
Shay writes, "You are not a treadmill, and you do not need to let people walk all over you. People will try to take advantage of your kindness and use it in their favor, constantly asking you for things when you feel like it's gotten to the point where it's a one-way street type of relationship. It's okay to say boundaries and say no." Okay. And as we've learned, over text.
Yes.
What do you got?
All right. Laura writes, "It's okay to quit your job." I love that. "You do not need to gamble your health and wellness for months or years for your boss who literally does not care about you and will replace you anyways." Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, everyone's replaceable, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird because when you're in the thick of it.
Yeah.
And you've been at that job for so many years or whatever, you can't even fathom, like, I don't know, like if you always think, if I go, it's going to happen.
Yeah, what'll happen? It'll all fall apart.
But the reality is, and this is like maybe this is my blue taking over here. It's like just basically, it's going to go on without you.
Yeah.
So if it's not making you happy, and it's just not for you, you
have to find your self-worth apart from what you do and your role there.
Yeah.
There's this show, I don't know, I've been watching The Pit on HBO Max, and there's like a big bunch of people that are like, me too. Like, not you, but like other people listening are watching the show.
Yeah.
And the head nurse tells like the head doctor, because there's like all this going on, she's like, it will survive without you like we always have. And you could tell that like just really like just killed him. He's like, oh, how did you say that? But it's true. Like, just go.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be fine. Like, the place survives, it's... No matter You're not as important as you think you are here, but you are important to yourself and to the people who love you and your health, Yeah. So it's a hard thing to kind of ego separate from.
Yes. Well, Laura, I love that advice.
Yeah. Kathy R. writes, "I'm learning how to stop saying I'm sorry." Oh, here's another one. Yep. "I think this is based on guilt from my religious upbringing. If I have nothing to be guilty about, then I do not need to say I'm sorry. For example, my partner and I were putting on our shoes to go on a hike, and I tied my shoes on the chair seat. My partner was waiting to sit down." Hold on. Oh, I think she was...
You got a little bee in you there?
I did. I think she sat down on the seat that her partner was about to sit down on.
Okay.
So she like grabbed it from him.
Oh.
All right. Okay. When I realized he was waiting for me, I said, "I'm sorry." And he said, "What for?" If I had known that he had wanted the chair to sit on, then I would have not tied my shoes there. He thought it was ridiculous. And I said, "This is automatically my response." It's really hard to let little things go, but I remind myself it's not my responsibility for taking care of every little thing.
Yes. I agree with it from the guy that's sitting down. We don't really care.
Right.
Like I bet he didn't care at all.
Right.
Like he would have just gotten up or whatever. Oh, or...
I know what you mean. Yeah, just wait or sit somewhere else. But I think that's a thing for blues too with programming, like growing up too. Like you're so attuned to everyone in your household. Yeah. And if you grew up in a household where people expected you to be that way, and it was also kind of survival based, like dad gets really angry if I don't pay attention to him, or mom, flips out. Like you become like a needier, more stressful person. So you can be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Because like as a kid, that was a big deal. Yeah. So now your partner is like, "Why are you being ridiculous?" And you can actually annoy your partner.
Yes. Yeah, and blues and indigos, I think, both do this.
I do that to you.
Yeah. And
I'm like, "Are you mad? Are you okay?"
And in my head, I'm like, I didn't even think about it twice.
Right.
But the blue and the indigo thinks you did, and they think it's like 100 times more than it really is.
Yeah.
But really, it isn't. Like, I was like, oh, I don't.
Well, I had to figure that out.
I don't care.
In myself.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Scott's fine.
Yeah.
It's my own
that's
hypervigilance based on my programming from growing up that makes me so oversensitive to every single mood change or silence or anything.
Yeah. But
once you see it, then you're like, oh, okay, it's fine.
But to us Reds, we're just like, oh, whatever. Doesn't matter.
But I like that one because that's a good point.
That's a real good point. Yeah, I love that one.
And also, like, partners of blues maybe have to notice that. Like, okay, they're not trying to be annoying. They're just a little stressed.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, Janet says, Don't feel bad when you need to rest. We need rest like we need oxygen.
Oh, it's true.
Yes.
Blues just burn. They do. They exist in the burnout.
Yeah, just, hey, if you need to rest. Do whatever you want.
That's true.
Don't feel bad about it. Yeah.
Katie S. says, cry when you need to cry. Otherwise, it just builds up in you and the dam will burst at a super inconvenient or embarrassing time. That's true. It also starts to feel like poison as it sits waiting to come out. So just let it out. Everyone's feelings aren't your problem. Even though you deeply want to help however you can or make that person feel included or whatever it is, you don't always have to be the nice one. It feels like a responsibility, but it's not. Oh, it's true. Like you feel like everyone's feelings are your responsibility, and it's such a knee-jerk reaction. And then you feel like a bad person. Am I being apathetic? Am I being mean? Am I being disconnected? It's hard to kind of rewire yourself from that. Yep. But sometimes you have to when it's just affecting you.
All right, the last one I picked out was from Shannon. She says, don't put out your fire to keep someone else warm.
Whoa, that's good.
That's real good.
Yeah. I like that. Here's my one-liner from Anna S.
Okay.
She said, my favorite question, which I heard from someone else but adopted because she's blue, so she had to make sure she said that.
Right.
Right. So this is her favorite question. Do you want me to fix it or do you want me to just listen? That way my blue knows what to do because my go-to is definitely try to fix it, but that's not always what people want. And also makes it easier for you to, not feel so stressed as you're listening to it. You're like, okay, I'm doing my part just by listening. Yeah, this is great.
Well, that's a lot with Bree. Yeah, our red purple.
Our oldest.
Like I always, my go-to is I'll try to fix it.
Yeah,
and then she doesn't want me to fix it. She just wants me to listen to it and say, "Oh, honey."
Yeah, well, that's our big.
We just go, "Oh, honey." I don't know if anyone knows what that means, but it's just like
in our house, we just say, "Oh,
like I'm
honey."
on your side.
We're listening.
I listen to it. Yeah. So she just wants me to say, "Oh, honey."
Yeah, they just want you to listen.
She doesn't want me to come up with 10 solutions,
right?
Because that's what I do. I start coming up with the solutions, and every solution I give, she doesn't want to hear that,
right? And then in the past, it was like, and me too. I got into this thing too, but like if I give a solution and then you don't want it, then I feel rejected. Right. Oh, so okay. See, then it's like, oh, what do you want from me then? It's like, just listen. And
then she'll say thank you too. Like so if I do say, oh, that's horrible or something, that's terrible. I can't believe that.
I hear you.
She'll be like, oh, thank you for understanding.
Right.
And it goes much better.
It goes much
better. I don't
have
to solve anything.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
But that's a great question from Anna. Just like, do you want me to listen or do you want me to come up with solutions?
Well, that's right. Yeah. So that was a great
it's like,
point
well, I just want you to listen. Like, oh, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that.
And then after, I also noticed like a blue or a solution is like, do you want to go to the drive-thru at McDonald's?
That usually solves everything in this house.
That really does. It's like this happened, and this happened. It's like, oh, honey.
Do you want to get a vanilla cone?
You want a cone at McDonald's? Because we found at McDonald's that actually the ice cream machine never goes down.
Right.
I'm not telling y'all where it is.
No, it's hard to find.
Because this place is a gem. It's a gem.
Delray Beach. Gem.
No, don't tell. It never goes down because that's a big problem with the McDonald's ice cream machine. Yeah, never goes down.
Nope.
They got the crispiest Diet Coke. Nothing like a crispy Diet Coke and a vanilla cone. And a little small fry.
Oh, God.
That solves all the problems. Everyone's with me.
Yeah.
Except you. Like you got any problem, those three things will solve it in the combination. Hard to eat together, but you can do it.
Okay. That definitely seems like a blue fix.
All right. Well, this podcast is for you and about you, and we're so glad you spent some time with us today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.